Radio.
Let's talk
Relationships on
on
You, Me
UME
Radio.
Radio. So, what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business.
And love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UME Radio.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on Yumi Radio on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UME Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio. One word.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm sorry.
Yes,
We were
can
having
some difficulties there.
the power keeps going and coming, so I'm trying to
Yes.
start my way through it. But I hope you can see me and hear me
Yes, we
perfectly
can
now.
see you, hear you loud and clear.
All right. So we are waiting on our guest to come. She'll be here in a few. I just linked with her. So because of the whole, power and
Howdy,
technology
so
and all
quite
that.
understandable. Yes, we have to
Yeah.
sometimes deal with these as interruptions.
Oh my God, I
And-
tell you.
But isn't it life though? You got to keep pushing. There's going to be so much different things that sometimes come in the way, or is a
Yeah.
part of the way that we have to deal with, and understand that that's life. But I always say I'm grateful. I live in that
That's
gratefulness.
right.
And for those who don't know, we basically we come on this show from our perspective, and it's a Christian perspective in of its essence of it, and we
Uh-huh.
don't leave our faith out the door. We don't leave our belief in God and what He does to us, what He means to us, to our
Yeah.
lives out the door. The people who are searching and then looking for peace, looking for contentment, and looking for a place of comfort in their spirit. And some don't know where to find it. Some look for it in the bottles, and some look for it in drugs and all kind of
Mm-hmm.
lascivious living and all different devices, trying to find their level of comfort and level of peace. The world looks crazy. Things are upside
Right.
down. Men seem to be lost. They have so many unanswered questions. What's going on? And we know that although things may look chaotic, it may look out of control, but our faith tells us that we know a God who is in control, and that He is the one that we have to trust Him no matter what. So in our giftings, in our sharing, in our searching, even with this platform here, we want to touch lives all over the world. We in close to 50 countries. So we have thousands of people who can chime in and
Yes.
listen and so forth. So it's a blessing to me. And we thank God for the sponsors. It's funny, Misty, I heard that Amazon will be next year, by 2021, they're looking to have like $2 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they really, really are expanding.
That's
Amazon
good.
comes like those. Yeah, I can imagine. So it's a time where we see people shopping in line now more than ever. So we see your time has
More
changed.
than ever.
The brick and mortar stores seem to be kind of fading away. But I think we have a guest. I think I see our guest
Yeah, she's
arriving.
coming online. So
Yes, and
yeah,
if you can
so
just.
let me
Mhm.
so let me tell you a little bit about her as she comes on tonight. So she's my friend, first of all. Uh we have been friends for a while, but that's besides the point tonight. She's my host tonight. So she is Michelle McIntyre. In Jamaica, we call her Sister Michelle.
Welcome, Ms. McIntyre. Welcome, welcome.
All right. And she is a Christian life healing empowerment coach.
Mm.
She has been doing that for the past 2 years. She is CEO of the West Company, and West is an acronym which means we empower sisters together.
All right now.
Yeah.
I like
Yes.
that.
Uncover to recover.
That's
All
Yeah,
right.
right.
that's the
Yeah.
tagline. She's a nurse by profession. She lectures as well, and I know that she's presently pursuing her degree in social work. She is a mother of three. She is a recording artist. She wears many
Oh,
hats.
I see. I see.
She is a milliner. She makes hats. I have some of them that she makes. I wear them. Yes. And she's an author. She's the author of two books.
Awesome.
Uh, Overcoming Abuse by God's Design. That one I've read. And she is the author of another book, The Healing of a Broken Woman.
Um,
So she is my guest tonight, my friend, my sister in Christ, Michelle. Michelle, how are you?
I am hot, but
Me too. Me too.
I'm doing
well, I
well.
would say me three. Uh, yeah, I got my
Ah,
napkin waving here, so don't
that's
mind me
right.
here.
Yeah, I have my fan in the background just working
Yeah,
on me.
right.
Working on me while I work. Welcome to Let's Talk Relationships on UME Radio, WUMEDB New York.
Thank
And
you.
in this segment, life moments, we try to share with our viewers and our listeners people who have been through some things and they are doing wonderful things in the world. They have not allowed their circumstances to hold them down, but they have used that as a stepping stone,
Awesome.
and they have been doing great things. So Michelle, uh, I said a lot about you, but they want to hear from you. So uh, just tell us about your journey to coaching and
Okay. Well, outside of all that you just did,
yes.
uh, where coaching is concerned, my platform was built on pain, hurt, and abuse. I was abused as a child by my father, biological father, which led to many, many confusing and hurtful years. The abuse was nothing easy, as you know, you would suspect. I had to leave home before time because of it, and my journey began there. Lost myself for a couple of years because I was living in pain and regret and unforgiveness. And so many mistakes were made along the way. But the beauty about it is that all the mistakes that were made were just perfecting me for this calling, which is using my life to help others to not go through what I've been through, or if they have already gone through, then they
Yes.
can find their way also, for their purpose to be fulfilled in God. So I am at the point where I'm grateful to the Lord for choosing me to have gone through all of that mess so that my life today would be a message.
All right. And you have been coaching for the past 2 years,
Mhm.
and what has the response been like? What has that journey been like? Just sharing your own experience and meeting women who have also been through stuff, have some baggage, and what's that
I,
been like?
First of all, I never knew anything called Christian life coaching. From my high school years, I've always been, called in or pulled in to speak to. At the time, I didn't know that it was counseling, but to counsel others
Mm-hmm.
in those, younger years. But about 2.5 years ago or something, I learned about Christian life coaching. But before that, I remember
Mm-hmm.
the Lord was directing me to share my story. For many years, it was very difficult for me to even speak of what happened because I was ashamed. because I was not at the place of healing just yet. I was still angry and all of that. And I remember when, you know, he instructed me to share my story at a concert, because my, you know, my thing was singing on stage, right, and not sharing. But the Lord would have it that, you
Yes,
know,
I remember that concert. Yes.
beautiful, right?
Yeah.
That, you know, I was used to share. And since then, I mean, it just broke barriers where not only myself, you know, felt free to share, but others, on hearing my story, it opened the way for them also to share. Since then, it has been overwhelming with women who have come forward to share their story, no longer ashamed. And some of them, even though, you know, they're still somewhat ashamed or afraid, but at least they're at the place where they're ready to take, you know, the first step to healing. So beautiful, scary journey, but I'm loving every minute of it.
So I do have a question for you, and powerful story, but I know I was raised in the church, and some time ago, we didn't look at counseling as an important aspect of the Christian lives. At least not in my father's and mom's time. It was something that was kind of taboo, you know? You pray about it and you fast and God will fix it. So that's the language I grew up knowing. So so you, having gone through such an experience, how would you recommend or talk about counseling as a major component, along with, of course, with good, you know, mentorship and good pastor if you have one, good friends around, and good community around? How would you emphasize on counseling as a major part of the healing process and the understanding of what's going on, identifying that to actually grow from there?
Okay. I also grew up because I pride myself in being pretty young, but not so young. So,
and by the way, you're pretty young, by the way.
Don't we all? Don't we all? We
so,
never passed 25. We know that.
I'm 24, so I live right there.
Right? But I also grew up with just hearing pray about it.
Okay.
And
likewise.
Trust. I you know, back then I tried that, and believe me, I'm a strong believer in prayer.
Yes.
Prayer works. However, I'm also a practical person, and I believe that we can't just be telling persons all the while to just pray about it when the Lord has given us tools that we can use to help these individuals through what they are going through. And so I believe that he, you know, he's raising up, and he has risen up individuals, especially in this time, that will help to unearth some of the things that the Lord has, you know, placed inside of us. Because I believe that all of us are given some extra special gifts and callings and tools on the inside. However, without the help of others, some of us will never come to fulfillment. And so I believe that's why we coaches are there. Just like how, if I may call his name Usain Bolt, even though he has a natural talent, he needed his coach to help unearth that talent, you know, that, you know, just took over the world. So some persons, even though they have these, you know, awesome gifts and strengths, persons are needed to help them to get there. On the road to healing, some persons will never get there without assistance. They'll never get there without assistance, because we must admit that pain is crippling. Pain is crippling. If you are feeling the physical pain, wherever you're feeling physical pain, you tend to not want to lean to that side. You tend not want to anybody to touch it, because you don't want to bear that pain. It is the same thing with your emotions. It's the same thing with your mental status. It is the same thing. You don't want to go there because it's too painful, and so you keep pulling back. And because you keep pulling back, you will never know what is on the other side.
Wow.
You'll never know. And so you need somebody that's gonna, you know, walk you through it. So yeah, you're feeling the pain, but somebody that has been there before and has survived can tell you that you can too. So I believe that's what we are about. It's not just saying, pray, but some of us are here to pray with you and walk with you through it.
Right.
Wow. And quickly, if you go ahead, Misty, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Keith. Go ahead.
No, earlier on, I heard you have 2 books. Now, was the first book inspired by your story? And as far as that, the second book, was that in line with the first book or something a little different?
All right. So yes, the first book was my story. Okay. That was in the season where the Lord instructed me to reveal. And you see, the beauty about the Lord and the beauty about healing is that in revealing, it's not about revenge.
Okay.
When I look back on my book, there are parts in the book where, I was saying, not giving blame to my father, but that the Lord actually used him to bring me to this point. Because if I hadn't gone through that, then I wouldn't be able today to use my story to impact anybody, because I wouldn't have a story, And so I look at it as God using him and allowing him to do that. It's bad, and some persons wouldn't even understand why I would say the Lord allowed my father to abuse me. But guess what? Nothing takes God by surprise. Nothing is out of his control. And I saw Rochelle put something on Facebook that was so profound. God is still the devil's boss.
That's right.
So he has to do only what is allowed. And it takes healing for you to get to the place to know that God allowed that to happen. And he did that for a purpose. So my first book was about that, and my second book is about the healing of a broken woman, because we have to get to that place. It's not just about sharing, but you share or you divulge to help others. So the second book is about helping others.
Wow, powerful. I really appreciate what you're saying here. And the thing that struck me as you were speaking is that I look at how we sometimes look at ourselves as a being. We are body, soul, and spirit. But I think in the world where we focus so much on the outer part, the body of it, the fleshy part of it, we sometimes get lost and take away the power and the beauty of the inner man that you can't touch. It's like the scripture the Bible said, you can destroy both body and soul. I mean, you can destroy the body, but only I can destroy the body and the soul. There's a part that only God can deal with. So I think a lot of us, maybe listeners out there, you may say, why was that done to my body? What was I burned that way? Why was I scarred that way? Why was I punched that way physically?
Right.
And never get past that. This body dies. This body's gonna one day rot away. This body is fading, is fleeting. So we have not to put so much emphasis on the outside. Right. But look at the man that he renews on the inside. That's why you can do what you do and still smile and have joy in spite of physical. That affect the emotional. And as you say, the emotional part is a part you want to heal. The people got hurt physically and never recuperated physically. But when the emotion get healed, oh man, you're unstoppable.
On top of the world, yeah.
You're inspiring me hearing your story. And as a dad, I just can imagine in my wildest dreams, hurting my own child that way. But I just say, when God allows something, He has a long-term plan, and He has what He's doing, why He allows it. And He can make He can make beauty out of ashes, right?
Oh yes. And oh yes, He can.
Yeah. So it's a beautiful story, Lady Misty.
Yes. You asked a question a while ago, Keith, and I just want to kind of piggyback on it, because as a church girl, Michelle, we church girls.
Church girl.
We church girls. We grew up in church, so there isn't much conversation about hurt. As we said, as we were talking before, they usually just want to take it to a prayer meeting for deliverance You know,
Oh yes.
there is not much of that cup of tea moment, as I call it. That is my
Right.
thing. That cup of tea
Right.
moment. There are some things that you know, a deliverance service won't heal. So just tell us, in your own, you know, based on your experiences and you're dealing with, I know you have traveled the length and breadth of Jamaica, you know, talking to different women, and I know you have seen the various amount of hurt that's covered up with the makeup and with the nice hats and
Oh
with the
yes.
dresses and all of
Oh
that.
yeah.
How would you tell, you know, the leadership of an organization, a church organization, the importance of having a coach, the importance of having a counselor to bring their congregants to a place where they can understand and admit. And I know what that feels like. I've had my own fair share of, we know this, I've had my own fair share of hurt. And it takes a lot out of you as a person to stand up in front of a you know, church people are the most critical people.
Oh yes. Oh
right?
yes. Oh yes.
And it's hard for us to, you know, who hurt, women, men and women alike, who hurt, to open up, because we have been fed this notion where we are to just bottle up and be spirited and just move on, you know, and God will take care of it. And why we believe that, you know, in your own, exactly, in your own, you know, based on your own experiences, you know, how do we open up to these, you know, bishops and pastors, leaders of these organizations, the importance of having a coach? It could be a success coach, somebody, you know, somebody to pull you out of that, to open your eyes to opportunity. It could be your empowerment coach, your healing coach. You know, what are some of the tips you would tell them?
All right, first of all, so in with my niche, which is healing and empowerment, the first thing that comes to mind, even by listening to you, Rochelle, as a leader, you don't want a church that's going hell. First of all, if you're gonna be leading a set of pretenders, it makes no sense.
That's it.
If you're gonna be leading persons who are deceptive or carry the spirit of deception, it makes no sense. And what I have observed, and from myself being one before I was healed, is that we pretend a lot because we don't know how to be our true selves. Because first of all, we don't like who we really are. Good. So we cover to keep up with the Joneses in church most of all. That is the place where you find most persons covering up, and that is where my my banner, my theme came from: uncover to recover, because we cover too much. And if you should look on underneath what we are covering, it's a whole lot of mess.
Lord, I tell you.
And it does not make sense. We come and we sing and we shout and we clap and whatnot, and we go back home with that mess that is covered. And so this is where coaches comes in, counselors come in. I believe that every church or organization should have a ministry for healing, because healing does not only come from you going to the altar, laying on of hands, or having a deliverance service,
slathering in olive oil.
Look here and wrap you with the altar cloth.
Oh my God,
Sometimes healing comes from having a conversation.
True.
Having a conversation.
That cup of tea moment, I tell you about it.
Somebody being able to be their true self. Somebody being able to just speak openly. Let the tears come. Let the face get messed up. You don't have to come with the standard English. You don't just uncover. And whatever comes out, that person is ready to hear it. Because guess what now? You know that
Yes.
Some of us in church, we're not ready to hear real testimonies. No, some churches
Can't
are
handle
not
it.
ready for real testimonies. They are so accustomed to the edited testimonies, the part that you polish up, the part that you kind of put together for it not sound so bad. So you're just touching on the surface. Look here. So you're gonna say, oh, once I was blind, but now I can see. How were you blind? What was it that blinded you? We are not ready to hear. Church, we are not ready to hear. You understand? But we jump and we shout when we hear, once I was blind, but now I can see. But if we are gonna say, tell me in what way were you blind, they are not ready. So I believe that counselors and coaches are necessary in the church for persons to be able to uncover freely. One of the drawbacks, I believe, is because a lot of persons have trust issues because of church hurt.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have been through so much, because it's not, you know, uncountable. So much church hurt that it backs some persons in a corner, that even when they want to talk, they're afraid to reveal to persons because they're afraid to be hurt again. But as I said earlier, I believe that the Lord is raising up some individuals in the kingdom. So it's not just one church, in the kingdom of God. So they are open to hear what is real. So I would urge pastors, bishops to have an open mind and not just look at what happens in church on a Saturday or a Sunday in the midst of the service, because you have 90% of pretenders jumping up and worshiping God. At the end of the day, if you should check it out, you have 5 real ones or 10 real ones in your congregation, because persons are hurting. So I believe that this ministry is very, very important in the kingdom of God. If we are looking for individuals to make heaven, God no want to pretend up there. Nobody that's carrying the spirit of deception. So we need to get persons from that place of hurt to the place of healing, so that they can move on sweetly on their way to heaven.
Wow, you know, this is really, really, really powerful to hear. I mean, we're gonna wrap up this section real soon. It's really, really awesome to hear your story. And again, as you were speaking, I thought about coaching. You know, I work in a high school, and for a number of years, and you know, at some point, it seemed like every kid in my department had some kind of a counselor, and I know that a lot of time when they would counsel these kids, they would baby them. I didn't say they weren't effective in some aspect of it, but it was a babying aspect of it. But then I kind of thought about a coach, and I've had experience with a coach, and it was not the kind of a babying thing going on. It was more like, you know, we're gonna run in the morning at 5 o'clock. You better get up, you know. And when your body said, "Oh my goodness," the coach said, we gotta push through this."
That's it.
You know, so the coach to me has a great role to play in saying, "Listen, I feel your pain. I can empathize. I can empathize with you. But we got to do this. We got to press." And you mentioned about this pain points. We got to push.
It makes you accountable. I mean, coaches keep their clients accountable.
It's very important.
So as you said, even at the point where you think you can't, you know, we are there to say, "Hey, guess what? I did it, so you can do it too."
Yes.
You know, and not just saying that, but actually showing them the way.
Wow.
That's right.
Awesome. So what's next for you? As far as an event coming up, or I'm excited to hear what's coming.
No events. COVID just mash up everything.
COVID. You know, it seemed like COVID stopped the world, man. It's amazing. Oh boy.
I know I'm to COVID, but no events planned for this year. A lot of work has been done, though, because I think because of COVID, and persons are now spending time with themselves. They are seeing themselves.
Interesting.
Because when you keep busy, you tend to miss a lot of things.
True.
But you know, the world slowed down because of COVID, and so persons are spending time with themselves and seeing themselves and actually see that they need help. And so a lot of persons are reaching out just to have a talk sometimes, because with me, yes, you want to earn from what you're doing, but a lot of persons reach out just to have a conversation, and I just have a conversation, you know, with them. I listen to them. I mean, some wee hours of the night when I should be sleeping, you know, but we talk, and just by talking, it helps. So a lot is going on behind the scene. When the Lord is ready, he will just burst the door open for the world to see. But until then, I will serve in the capacity that he has called me to serve, even behind the scenes.
Hey, folks, you're listening to Let's Talk Relationships here on UMERADIO, and we're excited to have you. Lady Misty, I'm sure, like I said, you go way back with this amazing lady here who has...
Oh, yes, we go way back.
has touched and is touching lives. So anything you want to share before we go, Lady Misty, and I'm going to give you, our guest, the final words. Say
yeah,
where
okay.
we can reach you, or where we can locate you. You have a website and a number you can call, any information you can share with us right after Misty share what he has to say.
Okay, just, you know, thanks again, Michelle, for coming on. You know, we're good friends, we go way back, and I'm proud of her.
Awesome.
And, you know, we've helped each other through a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know, through a lot of the hurt and so on. And just to sneak in here that, you know, I'm building my own brand as well. You know, yeah, yeah, I know, right? So many persons have been asking me, what am I doing? You know,
building my brand
with my own experiences. So I'm building my own brand. It right now it's called First Ladies Connect. Yeah, unveiling the real to heal. Yeah. Yeah. So you know, under that umbrella, I you know, we reach out to, you know, other first ladies. You know, I'm married to a minister, so
yeah,
using that platform to reach young women, aspiring wives, those who, you know, because, you know, as a minister's wife, that's a whole nother show. Right. Right. But, you know, it's so important to have people like these in your life.
Oh yes.
To hug you when you need it, and to shove you when you need it, because, you know, coaches hug and they shove.
That's
right.
it.
You know, and I love the fact that you said, you know, coaches keep clients accountable. That was so powerful for me. And so, you know, as I learn from all of you coaches and you guys ahead of me, as I build my own brand, it's such a beauty to have these kind of brands in the kingdom of Christ.
Oh yes.
That's right.
Because it's needed. I tell you about that cup of tea moment when you're not praying, when you're not in your sackcloth and ashes, you just sit down, you just interact, you connect, and you listen. So as we talk about connect, Michelle, just tell us how we can connect with you.
Okay. So I'm on Instagram, guys, Coach Michelle Mack, and it's Mishibu.
Mishibu, how do you spell that? How do you spell that? How do you spell that one?
ITSMICHYBOO.
Oh,
that's my main Instagram page, by the way. And I'm on Facebook as Sister Michelle, and I have a YouTube channel for healing and empowerment. Great content. Just by listening, lives have already been impacted. And my YouTube channel is Coach Michelle Marie. So guys, please run on over, check it out, and subscribe. Great content with great laughs, right, Rochelle?
Yes, I love the one. I love the session about forgiveness. I love that one.
Oh yes. So run on over, guys. But just leaving a word with you for those especially that have, you know, gotten hurt by the church or in the church, because not everyone that goes to church is, you know, in the church, but you have gotten hurt by church folk, and so you have locked yourself in a shell and you are dying inside. I just want to tell you that there are persons here in the kingdom. We are ready, we are real, we are down to earth, we are open. God has raised us up just for you. You don't have to die in your hurt. You are so packed with power, potential, and purpose. And there are some of us that are willing to give up our times to unearth your purpose and see you walk in the will of God. So get up out of your situation, get up. Find somebody, find one of us. We are here and we are ready to help you to uncover so that you can recover in Jesus.
Now, that's what I call a great way to end the segment. Awesome. I couldn't say it better myself. Wow. So again, thank you for coming on our show. And I look forward to see you again. You're no more a stranger or a guest in our family.
Oh, yes, right? We are.
Yes. So it's been a pleasure to have you on our as one of our guests.
Thank you so much.
And look forward to hearing more from you, more books, more great things. And I'll be staying close to Miss Rochelle to see what's going on with you as well.
Oh, yes.
So that's a good thing.
Same here.
Yes. So you take care. And again, thanks for being on our show. Let's talk relationships, and God bless you.
God bless you too.
And
God bless you. Thank you, Michelle.
Awesome,
We'll talk.
All right, bye.
Let's talk
Relationships on UMERADIO.
So what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business,
And love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
And DJ KTE.
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UME Radio.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on UMERADIO on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UME Radio app to listen wherever you are. That is UME Radio, one word.